See what I go to the swimming pool. I will sit through the pool so he could lay out bed. This is the God's honest truth. He came in, he didn't say one word to me, grabbed me by the hair, pulled me into the bedroom. Hollywood has never lacked unusual love stories, where age differences were not only surprising, but also deeply unsettling. Some famous stars married girls as young as 14, while others chose partners more than 30 years older. And there were stories so unbelievable that people still struggle to understand them. One well-known actor even married his own cousin. These relationships didn't just stir public curiosity, they triggered waves of debate, raising questions about influence, control, and the true meaning of affection. Were these connections built on genuine feelings, or were they shaped by imbalanced dynamics? In this video, we will explore 20 Hollywood couples whose age gaps were considered difficult to accept. Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley, the legendary rock star and the 14-year-old girl. It is certain that no one can forget the stormy love story between Elvis Presley, the legendary rock icon, and Priscilla Beaulieu, who was only 14 years old when they first met in 1959. At that time, Elvis was already a global music figure, serving in the U.S. Army in Germany. Priscilla, with her innocent and youthful charm, was completely drawn into Elvis's dazzling world. But the truth behind their relationship was not easy or dreamlike as it seemed on the surface. When they began their relationship, Elvis was the one who fully controlled Priscilla's life. Every detail of her daily routine, from how she dressed, how she styled her hair, to even her sleeping schedule, was decided by Elvis. In an interview with People magazine in 1985, Priscilla recalled that Elvis asked her to change her hairstyle, wear outfits that matched the image he wanted to build for her, to the point where she sometimes felt as though she was being locked in within her own life. "I didn't understand everything, but I only knew that it was love," she admitted. In 1967, when Priscilla was only 21, they got married in a simple wedding in Las Vegas. However, the relationship quickly became tense. After having their daughter, Lisa Marie, Priscilla realized that she was no longer herself in Elvis's eyes. Although she loved him, living under the overwhelming shadow of a superstar was not easy. In the end, in 1973, they officially divorced after only 6 years of marriage. Even though the relationship had ended, public criticism of the imbalance in their marriage never stopped. Looking back at their relationship, Priscilla said, "I wasn't the woman Elvis liked. I was the person he wanted to control." There is no doubt that this love story will forever be one of the most typical examples of imbalance in Hollywood relationships. Especially, the public has never stopped questioning whether Elvis truly loved Priscilla or simply wanted to shape and control her. Their story is not only a turbulent romance, but also a lesson about power, love, and freedom in relationships. We have just witnessed a highly controversial story about age differences and power within love. But the story of the next couple is even more shocking when a powerful star could deeply influence a young girl who had just stepped into Hollywood. Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, the 45-year-old icon and the 19-year-old young woman. The relationship between Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall is one of the most conflicting stories, in which a powerful 45-year-old star fell in love with a 19-year-old young woman. This story began in 1943, when Bacall, a promising young newcomer, first met Bogart at a party in New York. Bacall had just entered Hollywood, while Bogart, known for legendary films like Casablanca and The Big Sleep, was already a major figure. Although Bacall's career was only beginning, she was quickly drawn to Bogart's charm and influence. However, the public at that time did not easily accept the 26-year age gap between them. While their on-screen romance was widely praised, Off-screen, many people questioned whether Bacall could truly grow freely while living under the overwhelming influence of a much older man. The way Bogart shaped Bacall's life, from her career decisions to her personal relationships, caused many in the entertainment world to express concern. Although their relationship remained strong and they married in 1945, Bacall often expressed her exhaustion from the pressures placed on her by her husband. One of the most shocking details Bacall revealed in a 1978 interview with the New York Times was how she had to sacrifice for Bogart's career, sometimes losing time for herself. "I loved him, but I also lost myself," Bacall shared. Even though their relationship lasted and they had 2 children together, it was always overshadowed by the imbalance of influence between them. Their romance was judged not only through the lens of age, but also through the ways influence shaped emotions and personal choices. Bacall had to live her entire life under the shadow of the man she loved, but she did not always feel completely free. With the controversies regarding influence and control in this relationship, we cannot help but recall the story of Charlie Chaplin and Una O'Neill. How much did the age gap in their romance stir public outrage? Jerry Lewis and Patty Palmer, the shocking marriage to his own cousin. In one of the most startling stories in Hollywood history, Jerry Lewis, the celebrated comedy legend with an extensive career, married his own cousin, Patty Palmer. In 1944, when Lewis was only 18 years old, he married Patty, who was 19 at the time and also his cousin. This relationship immediately sparked a wave of public criticism, not only because of their family ties, but also due to the way Jerry Lewis, a major star, shaped Patty's life. Although their relationship appeared stable in the early years, living a seemingly happy family life with 4 children, many hidden truths about the marriage later emerged. Jerry Lewis, known for his strong-willed and sometimes domineering personality, made Patty feel like she was part of an agreement she could not change. Under Lewis's direction, Patty was unable to fully pursue her own career. The imbalance in their relationship caused growing tension within the household. Looking back, people cannot help but question, was this relationship truly based on affection, or was it simply a prolonged marriage built on status and control? Even though they divorced in 1980, Jerry Lewis and Patty Palmer left an unforgettable mark in Hollywood history, with their story becoming one of the most controversial unions in the entertainment industry. After the shocking story of Jerry Lewis and Patty Palmer, another marriage in Hollywood's history was just as tumultuous. Charlie Chaplin and Una O'Neill, the marriage rejected by all of Hollywood. The relationship between Charlie Chaplin and Una O'Neill is one of Hollywood's most astonishing stories, not only because of the massive age difference, but also because of the profound impact it had on Una's family and the public. Chaplin, who was 54 at the time, met Una, a girl only 17 years old, in 1943. Although Una was the daughter of Eugene O'Neill, towering figure in American literature, she chose to marry Chaplin, one of the wealthiest and most famous men in Hollywood. This decision led Una to sever all ties with her father, while the press continuously criticized Chaplin for the extreme age gap. Despite constant criticism from those around them, Una and Chaplin married in 1943. Their relationship was considered Hollywood's disgrace and seen as an example of a young woman being taken advantage of by a powerful older man. However, contrary to public assumptions, Una truly cared for Chaplin and consistently defended him against harsh remarks. In a later interview, Una said, "I can't say we had no difficulties, but affection was always something I felt." As a result, even though their relationship was heavily criticized, they remained married for more than 30 years until Chaplin passed away in 1977. The age difference was not the only issue. They also had to face relentless rumors and harsh judgment from the public. Their marriage was not only about